everyone. I'm so glad you're here. We miss seeing you at church, but we are so glad that you can still watch Sunday School at home. We are starting a new series, The Armor of God, and we have lots of leaders helping us to teach you about the armor of God and how important it is. Welcome to Sunday School.
Everyone, today we are going to be talking about the breastplate of righteousness. So, in case you didn't know, this is what a breastplate looks like. It was a piece of hard protective metal that soldiers would wear, and it would stop, it would kind of protect their chest and their heart from things like arrows and swords and whatnot. And you see now we have a more modern version, like sometimes police officers will wear a bulletproof vest, and that will protect their chest. And so this is what we're talking about, a piece of equipment that protects our heart and our chest here. So that's what it kind of looks like. But we don't usually wear breastplates on an everyday basis. I mean, I know I don't. I'm sure you don't either. So what is it that God's trying to tell us about the breastplate of righteousness? Well, excuse me. Well, basically, what we want you to know is that when we are right with God, it protects our heart from getting dirty with sin. Speaking Speaking of getting dirty, did you notice my shirt? Yeah. So my shirt is really, really, really dirty. It's got some stains on it, and no matter how I try to wash it, it's not really going to come off. And that kind of reminds me of sin. You see, God offers us not only a way to wash our sin, but protect us from further permanent sin stains. And this is what a breastplate is going to do. It's going to protect our heart from sin. Now, let me think about something I could cover this up with. Ooh, I know. What about a jersey? The jersey can cover up my stained shirt. And, well, what does it do? It identifies me with the team. What team am I supporting here? The Toronto Maple Leafs. Maybe you support the Ottawa Senators. Or maybe you support Las Vegas. Well, when you wear a jersey, it identifies you with a team. And when you wear a breastplate, it also has a logo here, and it identifies you with a team. And we want to be identified with God's team. And so what happens is when we have our moment of salvation, when we say, you know what, God, I am a sinner and I need forgiveness. Come into my life, forgive me of my sins so that I can live with you one day in heaven. God instantly forgives us. And at that moment, we receive his righteousness. You see, in 2 Corinthians chapter 5, verse 21, it says, God made him who had no sin to be sin for us. What was he talking about? That was Jesus. Jesus had no sin, but he became sin for us when he died on the cross, so that in Jesus we might become the righteousness of God. Righteousness. God gives us his righteousness. We receive his righteousness at salvation for everyday life, and it protects our hearts from future permanent sin. Now, I have this sucker here. It's still good, right? You want it? Would you like my sucker? You don't? You don't want my dirty sucker? Oh. Well, it needs something, doesn't it? Oh, it needs a wrapper to protect it. Now, if I drop this sucker, would you probably still eat the sucker? I would, because you can unwrap that and have a nice clean sucker underneath. Well, a breastplate of righteousness does the same kind of thing. It protects our heart from that dirt, from that sin, and from future permanent stains. And I think that's really cool to think about the wrapper that we put around our hearts to protect us. You see, another verse in the Bible, in Proverbs chapter 4, verse 23, it says, above all else, guard your heart, for everything you do flows from it. Another version says, for it is the source of life. Righteousness is doing what is right in God's sight. Righteousness is in part reflected by our attitude. We need to be upright in character as well as actions. And righteousness, of course, comes from the heart. What does righteousness look like in our everyday real life? Well, it looks like being honest even when it's really difficult. It looks like standing up for what is right, like not talking negatively about others. It's about talking out your feelings when you're really angry with someone instead of hurting them or saying something that you might regret. It's about solving that problem with the person and trying to find a good resolution. It's about choosing to obey your parents, even when you could disobey and they'd never know that you disobeyed. These are the choices that we make every day that protect our heart from the consequences of sin. They're often not easy decisions to make. It's something that every day we must choose to ask God for his help and thank him for his gift of salvation and that breastplate of righteousness that helps us and protects us. Being right with God protects our heart from getting dirty with sin.
So here we are outside. Thanks for joining us. And we have our paint in our 4 bottles that we mixed with water and food coloring. And we are now ready to paint the snow. Eli and Zoe are going to show you what amazing artists they are. Ready, guys? Go. Zoe's got the soap container. She's squirting it down. Oh, look at that snow turning pink. Eli's got the hot sauce bottle, making some nice blue marks in the snow. What else do we have, guys? Oh, you got the same one. Good sharing. Oh, Eli's got a dark purple. Zoe, what do you have? Green? Wow! You guys can make your own beautiful pictures in the snow just like us with food coloring and different bottles that you find around your home. Eli and Zoe say thanks for joining us for painting. We'll see you soon.
We'll see